find these because they're black.
Not ammo.
The black zip ties are not compatible with the white zip ties.
We need more flight cards too. And you want me to read them?
Welcome inside another edition of Gravity Storm Live. If it's Saturday, if it's before a home game, the Austin Bruins are down here at Gravity Storm enjoying the awesome offerings that they have here. It's a beautiful day out there. Outdoor seating is available as well, so come on down, sit outside on Main Street and just enjoy yourself. It's a great, great location here at Gravity Storm. The Austin Bruins at home tonight against the Minot Minotauros, game number 2 of the short little weekend set. The Bruins victorious last night 3-1, a commanding victory over the Minotauros in last night's game, jumping out to a 3-0 lead, only surrendering that lone goal late in the third period. So Austin's looking to do that yet again here tonight. Reggie Millette was the hero last night with 2 goals, including a shorthanded goal in the third period to boost Austin to the victory. Can't say enough about Hudson Hodges, the young netminder, turning aside 31 of 32 Minot Minotauros shots in the game, was 5 minutes and some odd seconds away from his first NAHL career shutout. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that done, so He's going to go ahead and try to do it again tonight. I'm presuming he would get the start tonight after a stellar performance last night. That tends to be head coach Steve Howard's MO, at least over the last 3 years that I've known him. When a goaltender has a great game like that, you generally stick with the hot hand. At least head coach Steve Howard does, and I would imagine Hudson Hodges will get the nod again between the pipes tonight. 7:05 is puck drop tonight down at Riverside Arena. We've got some news for you. We're going to be running beer specials all night long. 2 for $6 beers all night long on everything. Drafts, cans, you name it. Plus, we're going to be doing a couple Fireball specials throughout the intermissions as well. And speaking of beer, Gravity Storm has their Bruins Brown on tap down there at Riverside Arena. It's one of our hottest sellers. So come on down here, enjoy something in person, maybe a Finn's or maybe a root beer. I'm going with a little bit of root beer today. I decided to, it's so hot out, you know, I just wanted something cooler and a little bit more refreshing and less heavy, so I went with a root beer. You can get root beer, you can get any one of their awesome brews that they make right here in-house, whether it's the Finn's, whether it's the Coral Reefer, which is brand new. They just announced that a couple weeks ago. Come on down, Gravity Storm, right here, 309 Main Street North. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a party. We're going to have a great time. It's gorgeous out there. So come on down and join us as we get set and ready to go for the Bruins making the race to the playoffs. This is huge. With last night's victory for the Bruins and the loss by the St. Cloud Norsemen as well as the Minnesota Wilderness, the Bruins are now just 1 point out of that final playoff spot. If everything breaks tonight the way it broke last night, the Norsemen losing, the Wilderness losing, and the Bruins winning, Austin will be the 4th team in the playoff picture going into the final 2 weekends of the regular season. This is our 3rd to last home game tonight. Tickets are still available. You can get them online or at the door. Same price across the board. AustinBruins.com to get your tickets online. What's the advantage of buying them online? Well, we still have a limit of attendance that we can allow in the arena. And based on how many tickets we sell online, that tells us how many we can sell at the door. So if you want to guarantee your seat, online is the only way to go. If we sell 400 tickets online, I know I only have about 70 tickets that I can sell at the door. And if you're person number 71 showing up at the door, unfortunately, I can't let you in. We're over our max. So get your tickets online. Guarantee yourself the seat inside Riverside Arena. AustinBruins.com. Just go to the tickets tab, scroll on down to the single game tickets, and check it out. While you're there, stop on by the season tickets page. We have updated everything. All brand new season tickets are on sale for next year. The early bird pricing is going on. Traditionally, for an adult ticket, for a season ticket, $250. That's a great deal considering it's 28 games. You're talking way less than $10 a ticket for season tickets. Well, right now during the early bird special, $200 even for an adult ticket. I'm not sure what the math is on that, but I can tell you that is affordable. Get your season tickets now. AustinBruins.com. Same place. Tickets tab. Just pull on down. Go to the season tickets. There's a Google form. You just fill that out with your name, telephone number, address. All the stuff like that comes directly to me in my email inbox, and then I'll give you a call. We'll talk about payments. We have payment plans available. We have deferred payments available as well. If you just want to lock down your seats now and maybe pay for it a little bit later on, no problem whatsoever. We can help you with that. We can take care of that. And a lot of people, I think the biggest knock on season tickets, or at least everyone else's season tickets, is that I'm not coming to 28 games. I can't commit that much of my time or my family's time to every single game. Well, that's great, because we have season tickets that you could, if you don't make Friday night's game, well, now you got 2 tickets for Saturday, or 2 tickets for a month from now. Any game that you miss, you can use that ticket for a future game. That's the best part about these tickets. So what you're really buying is 28 tickets to 28 Austin Bruins home games that you can use basically whenever you want. The only real restriction is that you can't use them before the game that's printed on the ticket itself. That's the only restriction. So you can't use all 28 for the home opener coming up later in 2021 or anything like that. Now, if you don't get the chance to make it to any games, and all of a sudden it's Fan Appreciation Day, and that's the last game of the regular season, which, oh, by the way, is coming up on May 15th. We're going to get to some of that stuff here in just a second, but you want to use all 28 of those tickets that you didn't use on the final home game, that's perfectly fine too. We'll allow that. We just not going to allow it the other way. But I do want to jump in to those 2 promo nights that we have coming up. Our final 2 home games of the year. Friday, May 7th against the St. Cloud Norsemen, and then 8 days later on Saturday, May 15th against the St. Cloud Norsemen. Again, Friday night, the 7th, is going to be billet appreciation. We're going to have all of our billets come out with their billet kids and do a little bit of a ceremony with a video board right before puck drop. It's an awesome night. It's our opportunity to honor those families who literally bring the Bruins into their homes for an entire season, feed them, make sure that they're getting to bed on time and obeying their curfews and things like that. It is definitely not an easy thing to be a billet, but boy is it rewarding. And I can speak from experience. I was a temporary billet earlier this year on a couple of different occasions, and you get the opportunity to meet these young kids, and they get to come in, and you make them dinner, and you get to hang out with them and really learn about them, and they become part of your family. So now this is our chance, because we realize how important that is to junior hockey and how important that is to the Austin Bruins. It's our opportunity to go ahead and thank our billets. That's coming up this coming Friday, May 7th. The following Saturday, Fan Appreciation Day. We're going to have poster giveaways at the door, 2021-22 posters. Some of you might be listening who came to the game a couple weeks ago. We had to give out last year's posters simply because COVID cut our season short. We didn't get to Fan Appreciation Day. We always do it as the last Austin Bruins home game of the season. Last year, we didn't know our home game that what ended up being our last game was going to be our last game. We played Chippewa on a Wednesday night, and all of a sudden, there was no more game after COVID kind of canceled everything out. This year, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel in regards to the regular season. Fan Appreciation Day is coming on the 15th of May. Both the 7th, the 15th, and of course tonight, all of those tickets are on sale. I know it's been kind of an Austin thing over the last decade or so that you can only get your tickets like the week before the game, and you have to go to the vendors, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. This year, obviously with COVID, it forced us to think a little bit outside the box. We returned to an online ticketing system for the next, at least for the next 3 games anyway. We'll reassess everything going forward for the 2021-22 season once the off season hits. But right now, you can get tickets out in advance as far out as the entire rest of the season. The only thing I can't promise you is playoffs, because the Bruins are still fighting for that playoff spot one more time. All they need to do is win tonight and have St. Cloud and the Wilderness lose, and the Bruins will jump up into 4th place. Now, that does not guarantee them a playoff spot, because after tonight, the Bruins will still have 4 games to play. St. Cloud will still have 4 games to play. By the way, those 2 teams are going to play each other 4 times. And the Wilderness, I believe, are going to have 5 games to play. So that it's really going to depend on what happens. It's a situation where the Bruins can really control their own destiny in a way. The nice thing about playing St. Cloud for 4 consecutive games, one of the teams that you're trying to beat out for that final playoff spot, is simply the fact that you don't have to worry about what they're doing, right? Those games become almost 4-point swings, as they're kind of known, because not only do you earn 2 points, the team that you're fighting with can't earn 2 points in that game. So it would be totally different if the Bruins had to finish out, let's see, their last 4 games against Bismarck, and St. Cloud finished out against Minot, and the Wilderness finished out against Aberdeen. Well, then you got to hope for 3 total teams to win, not only yourself, but you got to hope that Aberdeen won and Minot won. And then, of course, it's easier this way. If the Bruins can take 3 out of 4 against St. Cloud, or 4 out of 4, hey, why not? Let's finish the season on a 6-game win streak, huh? If the Bruins can get that done, then all they really have to do is worry about what goes on with the Wilderness. So it's going to be really interesting down the stretch. It's something that we always knew this. I mean, before the puck even dropped on the Central Division to start the regular season, we knew things were going to be tight. I mean, I was looking at last year's standings where everything was capped at the end of the year. The Minnesota Wilderness were in 5th place, so they were the first team outside of the playoff bubble at the cancellation of last year's season. They had 56 points. You take those 56 points and you put them in the East Division, or you put them in the Midwest Division, they are in a playoff position. But in the Central, not so much. We knew it was going to be competitive, and you always know it's going to come down to the very final game. And that's what it's looking like here in 2021. The regular season is coming to a close, but we've got one more date right back here at Gravity Storm, and that will be before Fan Appreciation on May 15th. That's the next time we're out here. But we're going to be here until about 2 o'clock, so come on out, hang out with us, enjoy some of the great offerings from Gravity Storm Brewery. We're going to take a quick break here, and I'll be back in just a few. We'll talk some more hockey in just a bit. Stay tuned.
Decided to close the doors, just letting warm air in.
Well, that's what I was thinking about the front too. It's just gonna be hot in here.
Worry too much about bugs yet, but
Well, there's a few in here.
Comfortable of having the heat on, having to turn your conditioner.
So weird. Snow last weekend and ease this weekend. Springtime in Minnesota, but I'll never know. All right, 14.
All right, thank you so much. We might be back for another one. Okay, we had a long day. We had a long week.
Right? Well, we'll be here.
All right.
See you later. He won't last out there very long. He doesn't do well in heat.
Just hanging out, huh? Good for him.
Well,
Good for him.
he went out to fill out the little dog, the swimming pool that we keep in the dog kennel today before we left. And he comes in and goes, I think I have a sunburn. I'm like, you were out there for 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you were such a wuss. He won't last out there long. He doesn't like this. See? What did I tell you?
she went back.
No, she actually came in the front way. She said, we might be back. Fill that up and take it over there and drink while they're cooking. And
I wonder where everybody's at.
right? Dang.
Everyone did tell me that one of the best things you can do for this is let it get signed. Never seen that before. I don't spend this time out in the summer.
Yeah.
Half in the shade, just put my legs out in the sun. You should put a fresh start in there then. Good fresh start.
That's that yellow stuff.
One,
guys, this is Keaton, the sales engineer here at Sweetwater. This month, we're giving away this one teal and two large diaphragm condenser microphone. I love this microphone because I'm a singer. It gives you a classic London sound in a newer, more affordable design. In fact, teal and one is my favorite very good microphone. You can listen to my songs out of your device for both of you categories.
Just put the thing in the water here.
Yeah. Stay as now. Smell like a swimming pool.
Wonder if everybody was like me and got hung over last night and they're still staying in bed. warm. I like it. I don't have AC in my car either.
What?
Just found that out yesterday. First time I tried turning it on, it was blowing air, but not cold. So I got to take it in tomorrow or Monday.
Oh, no. I know our daughter's car isn't blowing hot or cold air either. And her boyfriend says, "Oh, it just needs a thing that you go and blow in, and it'll be fine."
Yeah,
So maybe they'll be working on that.
that's a good thing for them to do today, because
Yeah.
if it's going to get up almost to 90,
Yeah.
it's a good start.
Especially if they're planning on taking her vehicle to go camping. Yeah, that'll be ugly. What's more with this?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it would. Good. Thank you. Oh, I gotta stand up. Gotta get just some air flowing from my body. I'm sorry, I'm disappointed in my crew.
Right?
I thought they were coming out. They told me they were coming out.
Maybe they're all hungover.
That's what I'm thinking. I wasn't out with them last night. I don't know where they were. Honestly, I wasn't out anywhere. That's our problem. We get drunk in the coach's office. We all go into the coach's office to talk to him after the game. What do you think this guy? What do you think that guy? And before you know it, the fridge is full. All right. Or shots are full. Or, I don't know.
Oh, wow. It is what it is. Yeah, we haven't had anybody in here to watch the games on away games.
Yeah. I'm a little upset about that too. It's just right. The fan engagement's been so hard this year.
Yeah.
Really hard. I mean,
Well, did more people find the where they can watch it online?
I don't know. I haven't got those numbers back yet. We'll see those at the end of the year when we send them to us. But I don't know. I mean, we're on Power 96 this year, so you can hear the audio for every game for free. As opposed to last year, we were only on KVUS, and they only picked us up for 22 games, so half the season. But really, what it should be is our billets, our season ticket holders, like I should find someone to be a leader to wrangle people up for every road game. Okay, you're in charge when we're on the road on, the 9th of whatever, get some people and then get down. You're in charge of running this stuff. Like, obviously I can't.
Well, right.
Yeah.
You're on the road.
Right. What would be really nice is an office person. And then would be that person to do it. Hey, while I'm on the road broadcasting, your job is to go out and call our season ticket holders and call our fans and track people down and go to the Gravity store and watch the game. Like that's what we used to do. We had a full front office in Mississippi where I came from before here. We had 9 people. And those 8 would just rotate every weekend. So someone would be in charge this weekend, next weekend, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden, you start getting people to show up and get the thing. Most of the time, the whole front office showed up anyway. They might not be working, they might not be in charge of finding people, but they would go down and hang out.
Just to have fun.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're wanting to support the team, you're wanting to support the businesses.
Exactly right. Get drunk. Who doesn't love getting
You
drunk
look,
with
you
their
look
coworkers?
forward to doing it.
Exactly. Exactly. So maybe that can happen this year. If we get into this person.
Well, we might try and see if we can get somebody to come and cover for us on Friday.
It's coming to try.
They might try. That was not fun.
I probably was going to say it, but I couldn't. No, it's not.
That was on the doctor's.
Yeah. There you go. Why was it hurt?
Saturday after.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, she started drinking on an empty stomach.
That was me last night. That was my problem.
I don't think about it. One, 2 years. And then when it gets to know that.
He didn't get pinched that night, did he? He got pinched again. So we got to. This time I got fined the first time around. That was.
So what, I don't even know, how late are we supposed to be open? Is it 11?
Yeah.
Well, that little dinky bar over here, last night they had their open sign on when we were leaving at 11:15.
Yeah. Buses?
No, the Mexican place that's open now and then, and who knows when they're open, the Element Y.
Oh.
They still had their open sign on at 11:15 last night.
They're gonna plead, oh, we didn't know. You know, they're gonna plead ignorance.
Well, that's what I thought it was 11, and I'm like, well, maybe it's midnight, because they still have their sign on. And I swear that, the bakery is open past 11 a lot of the time, and they're right across from the police department. So how did they not ever get busted? Or they must?
They might have. I think they might have gotten hit once. But supposedly Walls is going to speak on Monday, and so everybody's saying is that he might be open and everything. You know.
I don't want them to do that, because someone can have outside seating. Because if they open it up to 100%, we can't do outside seating. We can only have outside seating until we're 100% inside.
Is that the city's rules?
City's rules.
That's dumb.
I know, unless we go
I think-
and talk to city council, which
I
we're
think-
working at,
Yeah.
trying to do, but we figured we had good time until we're 100% inside.
For sure.
Hey there. Hey, you're driving her car?
Well, she's in it.
Oh,
She
okay.
just had a little too much fun last night. So she
Oh,
just-
okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm like, wait a second. Come on.
I need a can over here.
Okay.
I need a can of Tim's. And you need a can of Pepsi for the mustache. We'll go back to the old face. Yeah, we decided on having in here, sitting here for a drink, but we got two Austin and she said, yeah, I don't think it's
Aww.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another edition of Gravity Storm Live. We are here until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Every Saturday before an Austin Bruins home game, you know where we're at, right here at Gravity Storm Brewery, 309 Main Street North. Austin Bruins, Minot Minotauros tonight. Puck drop 7:05 at Riverside Arena. Tickets are still available. Get them online. Guarantee your seat. AustinBruins.com. Head to the tickets tab and then slide on down to single game tickets and get your tickets for tonight's huge matchup. In case you're just joining us, last night, big win for the Bruins, 3-1 on home ice over the Minotauros. With that win and the losses to the St. Cloud Norsemen and Minnesota Wilderness, Austin is now just one standings point out of that final playoff position, fourth in the division. So tonight, if everything breaks the exact same way as it did last night, the Bruins win, Norsemen lose, as well as the Wilderness losing, the Bruins will be in fourth place in the division in that final playoff spot. Now, like I had mentioned before, that doesn't guarantee them the playoffs. There is still 2 weekends of games to go after this weekend, so they have to continue winning to stay ahead of pace. But you want to be, it's always better to be in a playoff position and having to fight everybody off you, especially with 4 consecutive games coming up against the St. Cloud Norsemen, a team that they are currently tied with. It's always better to be in that playoff position and have to fight other teams away than trying to gain those last few points trying to claw your way in. It's always better to be in and try not to fall out than vice versa. 7:05 is puck drop between the Austin Bruins and Minot Minotauros tonight. You can go ahead and enjoy Gravity Storm on tap at Riverside Arena, the Bruins Brown Ale. It's a great drink. I wish I could drink a little bit more throughout the course of a game, but unfortunately I've got a job to do. I've got things that I need to be coherent for. Otherwise I'd be doing fireball shots and drinking Gravity Storm all night long, and we don't need that, trust me. But you can have a blast. Come on out. 2 for $6 beers tonight all night long. That includes Gravity Storm. So come on down and get 2 Gravity Storms for only $6. Talk about a deal at Riverside Arena tonight for the Austin Bruins taking on the Minot Minotauros. When we talk about Gravity Storm, they got a couple of events coming up here over the next couple weeks. On May 1st, they have Molly Casper, who's going to be performing right here, pretty much right where I'm sitting. This is kind of the stage for all the live music and the events, and they have trivia coming up on May 10th. So the first is Molly Casper performing, and on May 10th they have trivia. So there's always something going on down here. It's such a great time at Gravity Storm. We love coming down here. Bruins fans will come down every Saturday before a home game. So we have one more of those. That's on the 15th of May. That's right before our final regular season game. Maybe by that point in time we'll know if the Bruins' playoff chances are secured or not possible, or maybe they would have to win to get in on that night. Who knows? But we'll still be here. Gravity Storm Brewery, right downtown. They have awesome beer selections from, my favorite is the Finns. Bruins Brown is my real favorite. You got to get that at Riverside Arena. But here on location, the Finns. The Coral Reefer was just announced and just released a couple weeks ago at a big party that they had right here at Gravity Storm. You can come out and enjoy that as well. Just no matter what your flavor profile favorites are, they've got something for you here. Brian and Joed do such an awesome job. They'll take care of you. They've got merchandise for sale. They've got crowlers and growlers that you could take home if you don't want to. If you don't have the time to stop in and hang out, you can always get them to go. I usually get a growler of root beer to take home, to be honest with you, and just enjoy that. It's actually what I'm enjoying right now because we've got ourselves a huge game tonight. I want to be ready to go. I want to be focused. It's a gorgeous day out there. Come on down, Gravity Storm. They've got seating out on the patio out front. If you want to just sit out, soak up the sun, and enjoy, you can cool off with a beer in the process, and walk on down to Steve's or go to Piggy Blue's right next door. Maybe the B&J, get some food, bring it on back here. Food is welcome, and all ages are welcome here as well. So if it's the family of 4 and you want to stop in, mom and dad want to enjoy an adult beverage, kids can have the root beer, and bring your couple of pizzas that you picked up at Steve's and hang out here at Gravity Storm. As we take a look at the Austin Bruins, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about some scorers on this team. Barrett Brooks is on fire as of late. He has assists in his last 5 games. It's a 5-game point streak. Right now, that is 4th in the league. Everybody is kind of trailing the Norseman forward, Chorsky, who has 10 consecutive games with at least a point. He's become their stalwart. We're going to see a lot of him in the upcoming games. Bruins, after tonight, have 4 games, all against the Norsemen, 2 at home, 2 on the road. So we're going to see a lot of him. But Barrett Brooks, 5 assists in his last 5 games, 10 total points in his last 10 games. It's not a point streak. There was a game, actually there was 2 games in there where he didn't log any points, but there were 2 other games where he had multiple point nights to kind of make up for everything. But Barrett Brooks has been on fire. He assisted on the first goal of the game last night, along with Sutter Mazzotti. It was Carson Riddle who got the game's first goal. Then it was Reggie Millette later in the second period. They had 2 goals in 59 seconds in the second period. 59 seconds. Riddle first, and then Reggie Millette second. It was Millette from Jacobs in that second period, and then Reggie with a beautiful shorthanded goal. He came in on a 2-on-1 with Peter Jacobs, and much like we saw him a couple weeks ago in Minot, coming in on an odd man rush, instead of taking the low percentage pass, which is going to get you a high percentage chance of scoring, right? If you can complete that pass, you're going to have a much higher chance for your winger to score, but completing that pass can be so tricky and so fickle. Instead of trying that low percentage pass cross ice, he just pulled the trigger, and for the second time, he beat the netminder. Reggie with 2 goals in last night's game. This is playoff hockey. Whether or not the Bruins make the playoffs, they're still fighting for it. This is playoff hockey. That is the atmosphere in Riverside Arena for any one of these games. We need all of you. If you're out there tuned in, if you stopped by one of our games earlier this year and you got a cowbell, pick it up, bring it out, make some noise. We need you. We absolutely need you. When we have, we're still restricted to under 500 fans at the arena. We need all the noise we can get as we try to propel the Bruins forward. Get that final playoff spot. That's the goal. Austin has only missed the playoffs twice in their 12-year career, including this year. They've only missed the playoffs twice. It's not over yet, but in the last 11 years, they've only missed the playoffs twice. Their very first year, which it is extremely rare in the North American Hockey League for a brand new team. Not a team that moves, that's basically the same team. Like we're going to see that next year with Amarillo. The Amarillo Bulls, of course, are moving up to North Iowa in Mason City. That's a team that just relocated. I'm not talking about teams that relocate. I'm talking about like what happened with the Bruins, where they just show up out of thin air back in 2010, 2011. That was the one year that they didn't miss the playoffs. And the last time they didn't miss the playoffs was going back 5 seasons ago. That was Kyle Grabowski, the head coach at that time. That was his final season as the head coach before Steve Howard came in. Now, of course, last year there was technically no playoffs, but with only 7 games to go when COVID came in and canceled everything, Austin was in 3rd place, and they had a 5-point edge over 4th place. So the odds were very slim that they were going to miss the playoffs. In fact, they only needed to win 2 of those 7 games to clinch their spot and get the X next to their name in the standings. So for all intents and purposes, last year was a playoff season, no matter how you look at it. This year, are they going to get back? Are they going to go 10 for 12 in their first 12 seasons in existence? Well, that's what we certainly hope for, and we need you there. I don't have any players here with me today because all of the guys that are injured we've already talked to here at Gravity Storm Live, and the other ones that I could maybe pull out, a lot of them are so dialed in right now, they are so focused, they don't want to really have any of those distractions pregame. But I can tell you, when I talk to those players and I say, what is the key to making the playoffs? What can people who are not on the team do? The number one answer is just show up, pack the house, and make some noise. Because they they love that. So come on out, Riverside Arena tonight. Puck drops at 7:05. Doors open at 6. So you got plenty of time to come on down. We have happy hour from 6 to 7, 2-for-1 drafts, and then of course we, as I mentioned, 2 for 6 beers all night long. We're going to do fireball specials on a couple of occasions here tonight. It's going to be a great time. Come on out. Have a fireball because I can't. That's one of my favorite drinks, so I can't have it while I'm working. Why don't you come out and have it for me? And while you're there, pick up a Bruins Brown Ale, courtesy of our friends at Gravity Storm Brewery. Those are also just 2 for 6 all night long. Come on down Riverside Arena as the Bruins take on the Minot Minotauros. They're looking for their 3rd consecutive win over the Toros, and that would be the Toros' 5th consecutive loss in total. And it goes all the way back to the last time the Bruins won in Minot. It was a Saturday night game. Bruins win that, and then Minot's gone onto a slide ever since. Riverside Arena at 7:05, doors open at 6. My name is TJ Shalott, voice of the Austin Bruins. If you can't make it out tonight, no problem. You can stop on by Gravity Storm and hang out and enjoy it with some Bruins fans here, or you can tune in on Power 96 or Hockey TV. That's where the broadcast can be found every single game all year long. We'll see you tonight, Riverside Arena, as the Austin Bruins take on the Minot Minotauros. Have a great day, everybody. We'll